Good day to all you Britons out there. My apologies for coming from my sick bed again. It's none of your worry, but my ankle or foot, as it is fucked up again big time. So, apologies for that, and apologies for having to cancel the BWW first meeting on Saturday because of the problem with my foot. I've been sitting here for 10 minutes hoping that my ever faithful buddy, Wellington, would shut his fucking gob. But I think he actually seems to like the limelight. As soon as I picked up my phone, that was it. So, try to ignore him. I hope he doesn't screech too much. So, this is actually July's newsletter for BritishWarriorWithin.com. Also, obviously now, for the Facebook group, British Warrior Within, the Battle versus Islam. Because I would like those people to perhaps see a newsletter as well. It's been very, very quiet, unlike in this house, the last week, couple of weeks. I think the Muslims have been pushed back a bit. I think they've been shocked by the response coming from us Brits. Wellington, shut your face. And I think it really has sort of taken them aback. I would now be expecting something will probably happen in the next few weeks, because they won't let it go too long. I hope not. I hope that none of you get caught up in it. But where it's been so quiet, what I decided to do for this newsletter is talk about the root cause of all this problem. We all know, or most of the awakened know, that there is an elite around the world which is run really by a couple of families, but there's probably about 300 families involved in total. And the main one is the Rothschilds, who own every bank, major bank in the world, except for a few. 3, I think there is now. And they just happen to be the ones they're trying to start wars with at the moment. And that's not a coincidence. It's what they want. They want wars so that they can take over. And then they've got a hold of the world financially. They can do whatever they want, really. That, unfortunately, is the truth until someone comes along and knocks them off their perch. But how's that affecting us now? Well, that's affecting us now quite easily. Everything that's going wrong is almost entirely down to the elites, and then filter down to the government, and then filters down to us. The government, they will never do anything. They will not change. We can't change them. They are getting paid far, far, far too much money by these elites. And don't forget, one of the biggest elites is Saudi Arabia. And they are pouring money into Britain, left, right and centre. They're paying off the politicians. We all know it. The videos I've been watching this morning have made me sit here and say, yeah, I know this. Everybody else seems to know it. Why the fuck aren't we doing something about it? Yes, we got the Muslim issue, but that's caused by them. They want to upset Western civilization. They want this new world order to come in. They want an easy to control population. They want to decrease the population. And you'll think, wow, why have they got Muslims? Because they have lots of babies. They want to get us whites off the face of the earth. It doesn't matter that they're white. They don't care. They don't care if you're white, brown, pink, singed auburn or what. It's horrendous what we put up with. So, my personal opinion was you start at the bottom and chip away and work your way to the top and then get them out. I'm not so sure that's going to work, because I think if we sorted the Muslim problem out, which we will have to, then they would come up with something else. probably World War III, which they are still in the process of trying to do. But thankfully, I know lots of people hate the bloke, but Donald Trump is out there, and he's the buffer between the elites and a World War III starting. The only problem we got there is the nutcase in North Korea, who he could start it on his own, because they're actually not controlled by the elites, which is surprising. Don't think it's a good thing to not be controlled by the elites, because look at our world, it's crap. North Korea is just a very, very badly run country by a dictator. So what do we do ourselves? Lawful rebellion, as you've probably seen, is going out massively on the internet at the moment. Get your forms sent off. I advise everybody who's in British Warrior Within to look at Article 61, look at some of the videos that are up online. Graham Moore has done an excellent one, although he's not under Graham Moore on YouTube. I think it's something like Kick Out Islam, I think his YouTube channel is. It's him and Davey Russell is the name of the other guy, because they do a radio show as well, which is very good. So we're all pulling in the right direction, but we're not doing enough, because there's been no change apart from the muslets going a bit quiet the last few weeks. There hasn't been any change. And it's so easy just to lapse back into, oh, well, it's stopped now. Well, let's get on with our lives. That will not work. As much as you want it to, as much as I would love it to, it will not work. It hasn't worked in the last 20 years, and it won't work again now. We got them on the back foot, and really, what any military advisor would say is, you got them on the back foot, press home your advantage. Unfortunately, we probably weren't organised enough for that. Anyway, back to these elites. The other one that causes all the problems, and is probably more behind this forced immigration, because it's been forced on us, and they just keep saying, well, we're not going to stop it yet. We've had record numbers of migrants come in, and they know it's a problem. But the main guy behind it, as you all know him, and that's George Soros, or Soros, if you want to call him that. And they are so evil. They're evil to the core. They've got nothing left in their lives to do. They've got so much money. Money means absolutely nothing. The only thing that means something to them is power. And a lot of the time, that means being in control and doing something for the sake of doing it. So they are the people we've got to get to. We can probably get to them through our establishment, but that means making a stand against our establishment, which is where the the lawful rebellion comes in. Because we've every right to rebel, because the country and the Queen have let us down. If you go onto YouTube, and just have a look at what the Queen has actually done. I know there's lots of people there all patriotic, oh, she's the Queen and country and all that. But don't think because she's our Queen that she hasn't done awful things. Because unfortunately, she is one of the elites. Don't forget, she owns Jersey. She owns Jersey. And that's where all the problems with the child abuse was. So, just think about that everything we know is turned upside down when you actually look at the way the elites are running this country. I might have to finish this in a minute. I think this might limit me to 10 minutes on a video, and it's just about to come to that. So I might have to do a written newsletter as well. There's protests coming out all over the place. Soon. There's Britain First in Rochdale on the 22nd of July. There's the Army Veterans, which I think is going to be a massive one, because everybody's going to join them. and that's on the 5th of August. That's in London. I hope to get up to that one. Jesus Christ. If we all come out that day and support our veterans on their march, if there are 50 to 100,000 people, man, we are cooking with gas, because they cannot ignore us anymore. The other point I'd like to bring up is, again, Graham Moore. He has apparently done an absolutely fantastic job on sending in to the courts a request for Britons to bear arms, as is our right. They haven't released exactly what he said yet. Davy Russell last night was on YouTube, and he was saying, I've seen it, and I want to tell you, but the bloke's just brilliant, what he's written. And it's like, oh, come on, tell us. And he's received the replies already, and they've been accepted that it will be looked into. So, guys, we may be able to bear arms. But don't forget, if they are British subjects, so will the Muslets. So, think about that as well. I want us to bear arms. I'd rather be armed than not. What I've got is sort of like centuries ago self-defence, but it does the job from a certain distance. So have a look at YouTube and look for, I think it's Kick Islam Out, or If You Want to Kick Islam Out, something like that. It's got a like a hockey mask with the Union Jack on the front of it. It's well worth a watch, and I wouldn't advertise other people's videos, because mine are so massively interesting, and you just can't beat seeing my gorgeous face. Fuck off. Okay, yeah, right. And I thought you blinking was a decent person. Anyway, I've gone over 10 minutes. It's let me. It must be the memory, when the memory gets full. So, not much info in this one. The rearranged meeting, can only rearrange it by how my foot goes. Last night I was in so much pain I didn't sleep at all. So, at the moment it's not looking great until I get to see somebody again. But I will get it. I nearly cried myself to bloody sleep when I had to cancel that meeting. I thought, oh no, I'll still go. I can drive up there. But no, unfortunately, it wasn't to be. So I paid that bloody money out for the banner. And that's not going to get used just yet, but it'll have its time. Right, I'll probably leave you there, guys. I say this wasn't very informative, really. Apart from, we need to get these globalists. You need to, if you don't know about it, put it on Google, search it on YouTube. YouTube's your best place. It's fantastic to just sit and watch the videos that people have done. I know a lot of people think David Icke's a bit of a nutter, and some of his ideas do ask you to stretch your imagination a little, but most of his political and the elites' views, he's researched so much. He probably couldn't have researched it any better than anybody else in this world. So that stuff is sound. So I'd advise you to look out for David Icke's videos on globalism and the elites. And it'll explain a lot to you. It'll explain what the hell has gone wrong with this world and why it's getting worse. Because they want a new world order. They want to change. The reason they want to do it, purely self-interest, because they can. Okay, guys, I shall speak to you later. Don't forget, if you want to chat, email me. You've got my phone number on the site. Give us a call. Always quite happy to chat. Anybody wants to start abusing me, it takes me 1 second to click the off button on the phone, and takes me 1 second to delete an email. So If you want, go ahead. Won't matter to me because it'll last a second. See you later, guys.